Yes, people, welcome back to GNA TV. I hope you guys are well wherever it is that you may be around the world. Big game tonight, London Derby, Chelsea versus Arsenal, 7:45 p.m. UK time kickoff as well. It's a big game. It is a big game. Lots to speak on. A potential combined 11. A potential combined 11 also to be included in today's show. We will see what happens with that. But we're going to go through all of the usual stuff. We're going to go through the team lineups. The team lineups. We're going to talk about the team news. We're going to do the Blues bulletin. We're going to talk about the head-to-heads. We're going to do the proposed 11 that we believe Tuchel will start with tonight. And we could potentially be doing a combined. So much to happen all on the show today. But make sure we get these likes up. We'll open the lines in about 45 minutes as well. Get people in as well because I've got about an hour and a half today. But before we move forward, guys, you know what time it is. Let's cue that intro. Yes, people, welcome back to GNA TV. And I hope you guys are well, wherever it is that you may be around the world. I hope life is blessed. Where I am today is very beautiful outside. Sun is out. Cannot complain. Things are looking merry as always. But big up to everyone in the chat. Big game tonight for Chelsea. A couple games in hand as well, up against an Arsenal team who are not really in much great form. So we're going to look into them. We're going to look into what we need to do to beat them. We're going to look into who I believe is their potential danger man as well. Someone that I think maybe we do need to watch out for within this game tonight. The one thing I would say is we can't take them lightly. We know that our results of recent with Arsenal are not the greatest, and we will need to turn up today to try and get the result that we need to then kick on and solidify that fourth spot. But it is a big game tonight. We'll be going through all of this very, very shortly as well. But let's look at that all-important Premier League table. Because where we currently stand at the moment, Chelsea are sitting in third with 62 points, 4 wins and 1 loss at the moment. 62 points, a goal difference of 41. So the goal difference is astronomically huge compared to Tottenham, Arsenal or Man United, who are behind Chelsea by quite a fair way, should we say, as well. You look at Arsenal, who are sitting in fifth. They've lost their last 3 games in a row. In their last 5, they've lost 4 games. They've only got 1 win as well. But we've seen this happen before. And this is why I keep saying that as Chelsea, we have to be... Sorry, someone just asked it. We have to be careful. We have to approach the game in a way where we're sort of at our best, fully at our best. Because if you allow this Arsenal team the time or you allow this Arsenal team the time and allow them to sort of build up some momentum in this game, we know that they have enough power. I say power, but enough players that could potentially hurt us going the other way. They do have pace. They do have abundance of pace in their team as well. But they're fighting for that 4th position, and they have still got they've got 1 game in hand on Tottenham as well, 2 on Manchester, 2 on Manchester United as well. But Chelsea at the moment are sitting in 3rd place, very comfortable at the moment. 30 games currently played, 2 less than what Tottenham have as well. So we are in a comfortable position. We are in a position where maybe we can switch and rest certain individuals. But at the same time, whoever we end up playing today, we're still going to need, I would say, a good 80% strong team. So it's not something where we can just roll in there and not take serious. You know, we have to make sure. And it's a derby because let's get it right. We're going to look at the head-to-head soon. Our actual, our win rate against Arsenal of recent's not been great. Now, people will say, yeah, but we're at home. We've got a good record at home, blah, 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 blah. Fair enough. But when it comes to Arsenal as a rule in the last couple of years, I have to say they've become a bit of a bogey team. They've become a bit of a problem for this football club. And this is why we need to make sure we're at our game. We're at a level to make sure we get this win tonight as well. Go to the chat quickly. Over 40 of you guys here. Big up to Gavman in the chat as well. He says an easy 2-0 win. I'm not too sure in that. Big up to Sosa. who's breaking down all the net spends as we speak. Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Ollie Joe, big up to you. Matata, nice to see you in the house. Who else we got here? Adzils is in the house. CFC Dino, big up to you, my man. Nice to see you. Our 11 swap Alonso for Saka. Well, we will do actually. Say might, we will do a combined 11 later after we've done all of our Chelsea lineups and whatever. At the end of it, we'll do a proposed combined 11. The issue is there ain't many Arsenal fans about. I have messaged 2 or 3. Not many around at the moment. If there was any, I would invite them in as well. It'd be good to get their thoughts and opinions on there. Big up to Owain in the house. Declared is in the building. Couch Critic has just woke up as well. Big up to Couch Critic as well, who's in the chat. 6 minutes in, over 40 of you guys here. You know what I need you to do? Hit that like button. Hit that like button if you think Chelsea are going to slap Arsenal tonight. There's a good incentive for you. You got to hit it now. If you don't hit it, you're not back in your team. Let's get this over 30. So there we go. There we are in terms of the team, the table as we are at the moment. Chelsea's in a comfortable position. Now we're going to go fly onto the team news, which is the next thing I want to talk about. Through Simon Phillips' own page as well. So on the team news, as we already know, Kovacic is out for this game with a ligament injury. Hopefully not longer than 2 weeks. This is a long time for us in terms of games. And Tuchel's right there. Kovacic has been very important to the way Chelsea have been playing of recent. Missing Mateo Kovacic automatically, for me, slows us down progressively in the middle. Now, we've seen Jorginho having a mixed half, where one half is very good, the second half is not as great. Second half he was good, first half he wasn't great. He can do it, but he's not consistent in doing it. We know N'Golo Kante is not in real great form, and this really gives Ruben Loftus-Cheek the opportunity, I believe, to step up and be that progressive player that we know he can be, and maybe play him in the way that we played him against, who did we play recently? Palace at Wembley. Hopefully as short as possible. Callum Hudson-Odoi's out for this game. Also, Ben Chilwell out for this game. But he did mention Ben Chilwell and some good news on him. He did mention some on Ben Chilwell and some good news on him as well. Just quickly, give me 2 seconds. Sorry, guys, just doing something. Good morning. Big up to Sosa, everyone. Zivio, Matt's in the house. Mary, big up to you as well. We'll demolish Arsenal. No, it's a mucked up one for you. Yeah, so he did mention that Ben Chilwell is apparently in training, not with the first team. He is with the academy training currently as we speak at the moment. So Ben Chilwell is at no level to join the main team yet, but he's working towards playing with the academy, maybe a certain minutes here and there, slowly building up his fitness and his momentum coming in. But from what we understand, we won't see him being featured this season. It will be more of a next year thing when it comes to Ben Chilwell. Now, in terms of for Callum, it's day-to-day, still not possible to join the team. So Callum's still on making his way back as well. He's been out for a while as well. Winter Surfer's here as well. Big up to Winter Surfer.
Hello.
In terms of Mason Mount, he obviously spoke a good word of him as well. I ain't going to reread into it too much because it's not what I'm still. I really wanted to just delve onto the team news. On Chelsea being safe in third, I don't really want to delve into that as well. Timo Werner's form inspiring Romelu Lukaku is a very weird question to ask Thomas Tuchel, but he did answer it. He says, I don't think he needs inspiration. What he needs is maybe that one moment, one spark. I told you that he would normally be a natural starter against Crystal Palace from terms also of the amount Kai Havertz has played, which he's already noticed. And this is why I think the likes of people like Kai Havertz could potentially not feature tonight, which we're going to talk a bit later on in the show. But yeah, he feels that Romelu Lukaku just needs something to go his way to maybe spark him again. It's been a very long time. I know a lot of people say, well, he's not being given the minutes, he's not playing games, etc., etc. But I don't know. We'll have to see. Will he get his opportunity tonight? I think there might be a good opportunity that may happen for him. We do need the win as well. He had one of his best games actually in the Chelsea shirt against Arsenal away, if you remember as well, people. Yes. What else have we got here? on Trevor Chalobah's absences. Everyone's asking, where is Trevor Chalobah? What's going on with him? So at the moment, it just seems like Thomas Tuchel's basically saying it's a very hard decision for him at the moment. Obviously, Reece James has been filling in there at the moment. Trevor Chalobah is fit and he's very ready to go. He had a lot of games at the beginning of the season. Maybe Thomas Tuchel's just feeling at this point now that he needs to maybe look after him a bit better. He did pick up an injury that kept him out for a bit as well. And maybe not rushing him back into such important games is not the best option for him as well. On Reece James's position, I think the back three is less demanding physically in comparison to the wing. That may be answer why Reece James is being played as a right centre back, because it's the whole thing of that has picked up injuries and he has suffered from injuries, and maybe playing him in that position allows him to kind of not have to do as much and protect him as a player, because he is massively important to this team. Massively important to this team. Will he play wing back tonight? We'll talk about that a bit. I'm not going to delve into the Jorginho stuff because there's been a lot around him as well, which I don't really want to get into. But Winter Surfer, how are we doing, my guy?
Yeah, all good, Jim. Enjoy a few days off.
Oh, you off work, yeah?
Yeah. A couple of days, so it's all good.
Yeah, well, big game tonight, mate. Big game tonight. Obviously, we've got a game in hand on Arsenal, 2 games in hand on Tottenham. We are sitting merry in third at the moment, but they've been a little bit of a bogey team, is what I've been saying to the viewers at the moment. Like, I don't feel like we've had the greatest of runs against Arsenal in the last sort of couple of years. I mean, for yourself, how confident are you going into this game tonight? Do you feel that we still have enough based on their form? Because they've lost their last 4 games out of 5 in a row at the moment. So
yeah, it's what are we? So it's a chance really to put them down and out, because we'd go 11 points clear of them with a game in hand. It's a chance to really solidify third place. I was reading back. I couldn't believe. Obviously, we fixed everything. We haven't beaten them at home since 2018, since Sarri's first game. Yeah, I know it's only been a couple of seasons, but we obviously did the double over us. I don't think we've done the double over them for a few seasons as well. I think it's either been like 1 win and a draw or something. Or last year they beat us twice.
There's your head-to-head. There's your head-to-head. I was going to bring it up anyway, but as you've mentioned it, obviously Chelsea's last win at home in the Premier League against Arsenal was 18th of August 2018, where we won 3-2. We have played them after this point, but we did beat them at home, and that was on the 29th of May in the UEFA Europa League 4-1. But that wasn't at home, was it? So the last time we played them was a draw, 2-2 in 21st of Jan, and then we lost to them 1-0. That was the most recent 12th of May 2021. So it's been a while since Chelsea have beaten Arsenal at home, and a lot of people, when you talk to them on Twitter, they go, "Yeah, but it's not away; it's at home. Our form's very good at it." If you look at the head-to-head, it would say otherwise at the moment, wouldn't it? Really?
Yeah, there's of course, and they've beaten us in a few cup finals as well. So and cup, League Cup semi-finals as well. It's been the sort of weird. The last few years, it's sort of been weird. We sort of dominated for about 15 years or something like that, or 12, let's say 12 years. They had the odd win here and there, but we sort of dominated. In the last few, it's sort of been a mixture. But I heard what you said. It's going to be a weird thing. I want us to play the strongest team possible, but I accept there's going to be changes today. Because, for instance, I don't think Kai Havertz will start today. He looked tired against Crystal Palace. Yeah, he looked out of it, and of course Kovacic's not going to play and everything like that. And be interesting to see who comes in, who drops out. But I think we need to wrap up this third place mathematically as quickly as possible. Because I was looking at our fixtures when we played the FA Cup final. 3 days before that, we were away to Leeds, and then 4 days after that, we're at home to Leicester or something like that. And it's like,
that's it.
We have to wrap this up, because I want us rotating before the FA Cup final. Do you know what I mean? I don't want us having to win games to solidify third.
Because we've mucked around, basically.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I want us fresh, ready to go for the FA Cup final, because Liverpool hopefully will still be in some type of title race and still having to play like their first team players and all that. So,
well, let's have a look at that fixture list, because we have got Arsenal today, but then straight after that we've got West Ham, and then straight after that we've got Man United, and then we've got Everton, then we've got Wolves and Leeds. So before we even play Liverpool on the 14th of May, and then like you said, Leicester and Watford. So when you think about the next 1, 2, 3, potentially 4, because it's Frank against Chelsea, 5 Wolves at home is not going to be easy, I don't think. I mean, these next 5 games are going to be heavily demanding, and this is why we're getting 3 points today would really, I wouldn't say like you said, it would allow us to maybe rest certain individuals, but at the same time, we'd still have to pay a strongest team against the United and the West Ham to get it done. But the pressure's not there as much. You lose to Arsenal today and Tottenham win, and they close the gap. We go up against the West Ham team who are resilient at defending and very hard to break down at the moment. And then Man United, all right, they're getting 4s putting past them yesterday and whatever else. But this is the type of games where it could just change the season. They could just turn up in this game and individual brilliance could win them it. We don't want to be in a position where we've lost our last 2 out of our 3 games. You know what I mean? Because of just a lack of concentration. So I agree. It's massively important.
And if we win tonight, also you could then conceivably go think to yourself, you know what? A point at West Ham's not bad. Seeing as their season's going. Oh no, it's at home. We're at home, aren't we? To West Ham.
We're at home.
Home. Right, that changes it. Sorry. Sorry. I thought we were away. I was going, okay, away.
Yeah.
But we win. Let's say we win the next 2 games, and then suddenly you're thinking, Man United game isn't that important. It's important, but it's not like. You can afford to rotate a bit more because you've got Everton on the Sunday, and I want us to beat Everton, obviously, because we have a rubbish record, but there's going to be extra emotion on that game. So, for the fans and everything like that. But it's a massive like 10 days or so, or just over about 12 days or so. That could if we get say anywhere between 10 points out of 12 or something like that, that should realistically secure 3rd place. And then we can just start to rotate properly before the FA Cup final. So
I mean, you look at the 3 teams that we're up against; they're all sort of just behind us, aren't they? As well. I mean, when you look at the league table as well, I don't know if I can get that up for a second. I did that up earlier. There it is. Oh, Chelsea are playing Arsenal, Man United, and West Ham. We're all 5th, 6th, and 7th. All in a row, sort of very close to each other. Now, probably fighting for more of the. I'd say Europa spaces. I don't know about Champions League. I mean, it's Tottenham. It depends on how their run goes, if they can solidify that 4th position. But these games are not easy games. Arsenal is not going to be an easy game. I keep telling people, do not look at. I mean, their recent form says otherwise in the losses, but we've seen this happen with Chelsea before.
Yeah.
They were in dire form and we go and lose 3-1. Do you know what I mean? I know it was away, but
and we lost the 1-0 last season at home.
Exactly. We lost the 1-0, and then we got Man United, who are in dire form as well. But individual brilliance, if we don't play to the best of our ability, could catch us. West Ham on their day can get a draw because it can be hard to break down.
If we win tonight and then beat West Ham, because we got 3 games in hand of West Ham. We beat West Ham and win tonight. Mathematically they can't catch us.
That's true.
They'd be 16 points behind, and they only have 5 games to play. So
I've got 2 games in hands on Spurs when you think about it.
Exactly.
I'm not worried about them. It's just Arsenal have only got. I mean, we're well in the good position here,
isn't it? Because we played the most games in December, January. Do you remember? We were like,
I know they lost all the games, and now we're the ones that have got.
Apparently, when they had 3 games in hand, they were supposed to be ahead of us by now. Arsenal. We played 1 game less, and we got like 8 points more. It's funny, isn't it? It's funny.
Guys. 18 minutes in, over 85 of you here. Big up everyone that's already in on the show already. Smash the likes. Let's get this over 50 likes. We're on nearly 40 already, so big up to everyone for doing that. We're going to do obviously the Chelsea 11, but I'm also going to do a combined 11. I did try and get some Arsenal fans in, but they're not in any real great confidence. So I don't think they're I messaged Gunnar King, I messaged Gal, I've asked them. I said, look, guys, if you want to come in, you're more than welcome to have a chat. We could do a combined. So whether these guys want to come or not isn't a thing. I mean, we can still try and do it and not be as biased as possible, I guess, Winter Surfer, when it comes to Chelsea Arsenal combines 11s, because I think you could argue certain individuals, especially in the forward line, when you think of the Sackers and that, So it's definitely something.
Are we doing this on form, or are we doing this just because?
I think we can just do it on the overall.
Naturally, overall? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think the overall is a very good shout. Real Chris, big up to you. We have lost Kovacic, so big loss. 2 weeks we've lost Kovacic is what Tuchel says, roughly, which is a lot of games. Chelsea play a lot of games in 2 weeks.
We play 4 in the next less than 2 weeks. So
exactly. Jonathan Moss will be referee for the game tonight. Yeah, I actually don't have too much problems with Jonathan Moss, to be honest. It is what it is. It's what it is.
There's not a problem if you don't even know the referee before the game started. You know,
yeah, just like yeah. All right, so we're just going to quickly do the Chelsea bulletin that we always do, where it gives us a little bit of like insight on the head-to-heads between the football club. I like to do it. It's good stuff to know as we go along. For some things you don't even realise is between the two clubs. But Chelsea versus Arsenal's head-to-heads. Chelsea and Arsenal have an identical points total of 2,126 in the all-time Premier League table, with Arsenal having played one game more. The Blues are one ahead on wins in 615 to 614. I didn't even know that. See what I mean? Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Like, that's a weird stat to itself, but that's not a stat that many people are going to pay attention to. Chelsea are looking to achieve the league double against Arsenal for the first time since 15-16.
Wow.
When Arsene Wenger was in charge. Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's how long it's been, mate. It's 15-16 since we've actually done that. So interesting stuff. Last season, Arsenal were the only side to achieve the league double against Chelsea. And we can all remember that one. We have played Arsenal 204 times in all competitions, which is more than against any other club. So we played Arsenal more than any other club.
Wow.
Last season victory was Arsenal's first Premier League win at the Bridge since 2011, after a run of 6 defeats and 2 draws. So, that was the 1-0 win.
Yeah.
Romelu Lukaku and Reece James scored in the reverse fixture back in August. We remember that one. That was when Lukaku actually looked quite good, didn't he, Winter Surfer, if you remember?
Yeah, he looked like he was mobile enough for it.
He was actually moving, do you know what I mean? He looked lighter as well. I'm not joking. He looked lighter.
I told you, he hadn't reopened his Just Eat and Deliveroo accounts. That's why he hadn't got them done. So.
He's definitely one of them guys that when he eats carbs, he's in trouble. Like, he needs to stay away from carbs.
Yeah, too many cheat days, if you understand.
Too many cheat days, yeah. Arsenal are unbeaten in their past 11 midweek league matches, Tuesday to Thursday, against the Blues in a run stretching back to 1974. Wow.
Okay.
Didn't even know that.
Didn't know that.
So, they haven't lost in their last midweek league matches against Chelsea since 1974, man. That's against us. The biggest league win for each team. Chelsea winning 6-0 at home. I remember that game, actually. Was that the one where Ox got sent off for handball in it?
It was Wenger's 1,000th game in charge of Arsenal.
Wenger's 1,000th game. And then their biggest win against us at the Bridge was 5-1 back in 1930. Long time ago.
Goalkeepers didn't wear gloves then, so it doesn't count.
And the balls were made of wood, so
exactly. Yeah. Goalposts and all that.
Yeah. Man, I was just looking at our bench then on this one when we lost 1-0. We had Livramento sitting there. That's mad, isn't it?
Oh wow, yeah. Wow.
Chelsea stats. Thomas Tuchel's side requires a maximum 14 points from our remaining 9 games to secure top 4 spots. So we still need four wins more.
The 4 wins, 2 draws, essentially mathematically. Well, let's say 5 wins. We need 5 wins from 8 games.
Mathematically. 5 wins in 8 games as well. And Champions League football again next season. Yep, fair enough. 6. Chelsea have won 6 of our 8 Premier League London derbies this season, with the 2 exceptions between being the 3-2 defeat to West Ham, I remember that, and the 4-1 to Brentford, which I was at, which made me feel sick. I remember them games. Thomas Tuchel's side are looking to avoid a 3rd consecutive defeat at Stamford Bridge for the first time since 1993, when Glenn Hoddle was in charge. Third game in that sequence was against the 3rd game in that sequence was against Arsenal as well. Fucking hell. Typical, isn't it?
I'm not liking these stats, man.
What's going on, man? These stats are dooming, aren't they? But I like going through them because you just don't know this stuff, do you? It's like knowing stuff. Last time we lost two home games in a row was in December 2019. Bournemouth 1-0 and Southampton 2-0. Marcos Alonso's 8th minute strike against Southampton was the 23rd Premier League game in which we have scored the opening goal this season, including each of our last 8 matches. Good. Our top goal scorers are Mason Mount, who has 10 goals in the Premier League, one of them being penalties. Havertz has 7, Jorginho has 6, Reece James has 5, Lukaku 5, Pulisic 4, Ziyech 4, and then the rest I can't even bother to read.
That's depressing, isn't it, Jim?
It's depressing,
isn't it? Not against Mount, but he should be in the middle of the pack there. We should be seeing like 3 or 4 players with double digits.
Yeah. Well, it's weird. If you look at the all comps, it makes it look like, they've done quite well. But then when you look at like the Premier League, you're like, play 38 games a season, they're only scoring like 3 goals. That's just embarrassing, man. Sorry, it's absolutely embarrassing. Milestones. If Thiago Silva is selected tonight. He will become the oldest outfield player to ever play for Chelsea in the Premier League. 37 years, 210 days. 37 years, 210 days. Has he beaten the? Oh, he's the oldest Chelsea player to ever play.
Doesn't he break? Okay. Wait a minute. Won't that record be broken every time he's selected then? For the days he gets older. So every time he'll be the oldest player that's selected for the next game because he'll be like 3 days older than he was here. He'll break that record against West Ham. So he'll be 4 days older. So
yeah, that's true. Actually, that's true. Jim, do you think it's embarrassing that this is the second season we brought in a striker and our top scorer is a midfielder similar to? Well, I don't really think Mason Mount's. I don't know what Mason Mount is. Is he a forward? Is he a midfielder? He just plays everywhere.
Yeah.
Thanks, McDonald's official, for being here. If that is the official McDonald's, I told Thomas Tuchel that our client Romelu must start this game. His big belly and hunger will be able to get past the defense of Gabriel. Oh my God, what is this now? Big up, Chelsea fan, guys. Like I said, get them likes up if you can. We're on 48 likes. Come on, let's get this over 50. Do we really care about Arsenal stats? I don't really care.
No.
I ain't got time to read about Arsenal. Discipline, players who accumulate tenure. We know that there are no suspensions in this game. In terms of the booking list, Chelsea's highest player that's booked is Alonso, 6. Doesn't surprise me. Rudiger's on 5. James is on 4. Yeah, so they're the ones that make up the most. Jorginho's on 4 as well. So the ref, as we know, is John Moss. The VAR is Darren England. And there you go, guys. A little bit of news into the head-to-heads. Let's talk a bit about the game with the Surfer. Obviously, we scraped against Palace. We were better in the second half against Palace, which allowed us to win and move forward. We know we haven't got Mateo Kovacic in the midfield, which means that we're going to be a lot more slow in moving the ball forward, I think. We're going to get up to. We're going to do the team lineups next. That's the next thing we're going to do. We're going to predict what we think Tuchel's going to do. But do you worry about a midfield a bit at the moment? Because Kante's not in any real great form, and Jorginho at the moment is just very half-heartedly having good performances and not good performances, and more than bad at the moment.
Yeah, I do, because when you think about it, one of them two probably is not going to even start tonight. I think he's going to start with Ruben Loftus-Cheek tonight in that midfield after what he did Saturday or Sunday. And then who have you got? You've got one of them to come on, and then Saul. It's not like, that's what I said to you the other day, that I'm starting to put midfield as a number one priority this summer for transfers instead of like wing backs, because just the whole, of course we'll get Gallagher back fine, whether people think he can play higher up or down. But yeah, with the game tonight, I'll go with what I think he'll do. So I'll go with what I think he'll do. I think he'll swap them, but I think he'll play Kante and Loftus-Cheek tonight. Because they didn't play a full 90.
Yeah.
And I know Jorginho came off, but Jorginho's just not in any type of form. So I know Kante's been a bit shocking recently, but Jorginho's not in any form either, really, if you think about it.
This is the problem. This is why I asked you the question. Like we have no real form from a midfield, which is worrying, because for Chelsea to be at their best, they need the midfield to be at their best, win the midfield battle. And this is why when we get to it in a minute, I think you're going to see a bit of a tactical switch, like in terms of how we usually play up. I think the 3-4-3 is the most common, but I do think that we're probably going to look to do the 3-5-2 and have the extra man in the midfield to try and win the midfield battle today. Because I think the midfield, to beat Arsenal, I think you need to control the midfield,
The other issue I have with this team is I don't think they do well when they're favourites. Like, they don't really dominate, hardly dominate. When they're like at the weekend, we were favourites, and I know we came through, but it was 2 bits of quality, really. When we're underdogs, like against Madrid in the second leg or something like that, we tend to come through. I know Southampton, we beat Southampton 6-0, but they're just an exception because they play like a Bundesliga team, which we like. But it'd be interesting to see, because we are favourites for this game, obviously. But I would just like us to just start. I would just like us to do something we don't do before, and that's start fast. Like we did against Southampton, like get a goal, get 2 goals early, and then just play the game that way and move the ball faster. This is what I know. He probably wants. I know he's training them to. I know he's training to do it. I just don't think these players can do that. Move the ball that fast. I just don't think.
Is it a Thomas Tuchel thing? Do you think it's a requirement not to keep the ball more than move the ball quicker? I don't think so.
I don't think so. We saw it Sunday, didn't we? Jorginho he got targeted and he got caught a few times, and he was
14th
always
time.
passing it backwards instead of
Yeah.
forwards. If you noticed on
Yeah.
Sunday, it wasn't
Yeah.
even sideways;
100%.
it was backwards, and you could tell when whoever he passed it to, they didn't want the ball back. It was like, why you? But you could tell in their body language, like, why have you passed me the ball? We just need that. We just need that midfielder just pass it forward like that, like like Matic used to do and stuff like that. Just pass the ball for like a Ramirez. Just pass the ball forward and get it to the forwards. Because if you look how many runs our forwards make, no wonder they're tired. They keep making runs that no one finds.
It's true.
It's mad. It's maddening. It's maddening. It must be. You saw it on Sunday. Tuchel went mad at Jorginho.
No, that's what I said. He went mad. But do you know what? When we see Chelsea at their best, and I keep saying to people moan about the formation and the system. It's not the system. Our best system is the 3-4-3 with the players that current crop we have. The issue is it needs energy.
Yes.
Like if you don't give it energy, we're not good. It doesn't work. If Liverpool didn't play like they did yesterday and they moved the ball sideways and backwards and very slow and didn't feed Mane and Salah the balls quickly when they made space for themselves in the pockets, that system would be so ineffective. But why it works is because Klopp drills in them to get the ball and look forward and move it quick. And if you see their goal, was it Salah's goal? Look at the link-up play and how quick they went, bang, 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 straight over the top. Salah's in. Do you know what I mean? Like we just don't do that. If we've got the players to do that, I think that up front we can do that with the players up front. But it's just getting like that momentum, and we just never have that.
The middle of the park's too slow, and then the wing backs are Alonso and Azpilicueta are too slow as well.
It's like they look at the time and go, "Oh, we've got ages. Let's just play.
We'll just do what we want."
Around. And then it gets to like 60th minute, and they start going, "Oh, actually, we need to wake up here. Let's move the ball." It just winds me up. Why can we never start a game consistently with like the way Liverpool do, in your face, move it quick? We've seen it a couple of times, and when we've done it, we've slapped teams. Look what we did to Real Madrid. We were so hungry for that game. Do you know what I mean? And we were completely different animals. So
that will be so important. You'll have many of these streams in the summer because no one will cover anything. But with the transfers, who we get, we need high pressing players and physical and fast players as well for this squad to achieve that.
In terms of quickly, just in terms of Arsenal, obviously, I like talking about who is their potential danger man, and obviously Saka is someone that has had a very good season for Arsenal, relevant to where they are finding themselves in the bad form currently at the moment. When you look at his overall form as well, he's played 36 games with 10 goals and 5 assists in all competitions. 9 goals in the Premier League, 5 assists in the Premier League as well. Not as many competitions for them because they didn't find themselves in any competitions in Europe, which allows them a bit more time to recover, recoup. So them kind of bouncing back and finding themselves where they are at the moment may have to be to do with just the fact that they've not played as many competitions. But in terms of Saka, I like the guy. I mean, he on his day can really be a problem, can't he, for us?
Yeah. It's just that as with all young players, he's just slightly gone off the boil a bit. Obviously, maybe it coincides with Arsenal's 4 defeats in 5. But thanks, Fatul. No to everyone. Travel safe, bro. But he's an excellent player. I do think he is slightly. I think he's done very. Let's say he's done very well this season. I think there's slightly loads of pressure heaped onto him as a saviour for Arsenal, which I don't think is right. But I think he's coming along exactly how he should be. He's gone off the ball, which all young players do, like our players do.
Yeah.
So
is that just because of how young they are, the inconsistency?
Yeah, it's inconsistency, and dare we say it, he might be overplayed. Do you know what I mean? He might be.
I agree.
Because they're the only Smith. Remember, Smith Rowe's gone off the board as well. Remember, and Odegaard, they've gone totally off form. But I think they're playing too much, and that's what we say, that how weak their squad is. That these boys are playing far too much. And the others aren't stepping up and playing well. It's sort of like what we have with our issues with our guys.
Yeah. Gal's just messaged me actually because I did try and get him on. He's just only woke up, but he basically said like with the combined 11, he went. I thought Gal would fight for more. You know what Gal's like? He just went Saka and Martinelli. That's it. Like he said, there's no one else that he feels to get in that team, in that Chelsea team.
Did you tell him we were doing overall and not on form or anything?
Oh, actually, I didn't. That's a good point. Yeah, overall.
But I don't know if we count injured players because you know.
Yeah, not
because
now
it's mad.
Yeah. So yeah, no, I think we have to worry about him because you
Yeah,
give him enough time on the ball, you allow him to be the creative spark, you allow him to find himself in front of goal. You know, he's got a wonder of a left foot. He can cause you problems. But this is why it's important how Chelsea set up tonight because like, I think Arsenal will play sort of that counter-y attacky football where they'll sit deep, and then they'll play on the quick counter. And they have got fast. And the one thing I'll say about this Arsenal team, they're fast. They've got some fast players. Like they will get up the pitch and they will try and catch us on the break. And this is why I think we have to get the lineup spot on. And I think we can both agree that Kepa's not playing, is he? In this one,
no, Kepa's not playing.
Sorry, Matt.
When we secure third, I don't mind Kepa playing in league games. That's fine, but not until that's done.
I don't think he can play until we solidify third.
Yeah, till third's done. I'm not having Kepa in. Sorry, Matt, if you're watching.
It's weird what Thomas Tuchel said about the whole Kepa thing, him staying. It was as if to say like it's on him sort of thing.
It
like,
is.
Like if he wants to stay, he can. If he don't, like we will have that conversation with him.
If he sees himself as a number one goalkeeper, he can't stay here. And let's face it, if new owners coming in, Jem, they're going to be asking why we paying a number 2 goalkeeper more than a number 1 goalkeeper.
Mm. Yeah, and that's not for me. That's not his contract's ridiculous. Yeah, his contract's ridiculous.
He's got 3 years left.
No, it's ridiculous. I mean, if I'm him, I ain't going nowhere for that money. But this is why I keep saying I blame the board because they give him these contracts and then they just don't. They don't honour it in many ways. But T1, big up for that donation, my man. Thank you very much. He says, what do we need in the off season to play as effective and consistent as LFC? Formation and signings. Can you see any of our current 3 attackers scoring 15 EPL goals each next season? That is a really good question.
We need. Sorry, but this whole in every area we need improvement. We need improvement.
100%. Yeah,
we just need our front line. Before we even get to our front line, we're talking about getting a good and decent backup right wing back, left wing back, whatever you want to call them. Probably going to have to buy another centre back because Christian's probably gone and Rudiger's probably gone. But let's be logical about it, because new owners haven't come in yet. Let's see what they do. So we're going to have to buy at least one more centre back. And then midfield, we've got Conor Gallagher coming back. That's fine. We need at least one more there. And then the attackers, I mean...
Well, it just depends who leaves, right? Because I keep saying this.
Exactly.
I don't feel like
get rid before we can buy, probably.
Exactly, I agree 100%. I mean, we've got too many players on stupid wages, and if I'm a new owner coming in and I'm looking at that wage book, I'm like, fuck this. Like, I'm not paying these.
I'm looking 350 grand. You've only given me 12 goals this season. 275 grand. You're only giving me like 9 goals.
Well, listen, Todd Bowley doesn't need to use data to realise that some of these players are getting well overpaid and look at their stats and go, hang on, why are they getting paid this much when they're only contributing that? No, that ain't right. Like,
I'm paying over 200 grand a week for a loan. What is this? Do you know what I mean? It's like go, just that's what I mean. Get them out first, and then the wage bill. I'm like, if we get all these players out, the wage bill, my God, will go down drastically. It'll be ridiculous.
Just let everyone know in the chat, Nathaniel's ban is over. I did offer him 4-show ban. He's honoured his 4-show ban to this point. So I will allow Nathaniel back in. But you know the rule, guys, because if you don't want Nathaniel back on the show, you know what you need to do. You know, Fator's just messaged me saying, can I thingy him? And I said, no, you can't. Nathaniel is back. So you don't want Nathaniel on the show. You know what the one thing you need to do? Another 4-match ban equals, depending on what Winter Surfer says, not what I say.
Oh, yeah.
How much is a 4-match ban these days, Winter? So
I've got upside of my, I wouldn't say dislike, but the banter I give Nathaniel having about 4 games, and then what to make sure you get for your channel. That's all. So it's Nathaniel's worth against the channel's worth. Obviously, the channel's worth is much more. Yeah. So I mean, maybe Fatter DM me. Maybe do your usual Lewis one if you want him out. The Fatter, what you do, or what Strip Bear 2 does to get people out.
Strip Bear bangs in oneers. I mean, that's where people were set when it comes to Nathaniel. If it's to stop Nathaniel for another 4, all right. If 100 quid will give you 5-show ban, 50 quid will give him a 3-show ban. Is that right?
There you go. Yeah. There you go.
There you go, guys. 3-show ban, £50. 5-show ban, £100 in the chat. There you go. You heard it, Fatal, because you just Fatal messaged me saying how much straight away. I don't want him in. No money,
Hey,
Jem.
man.
No, listen, that's the rule, Nathaniel. I'm sorry, mate. Not 50 quid, are you, man?
Daniel, man, you should have walked into this community and just like bided your time. But instead, you just came in and started running your mouth. So that's what happens. I like it. You got balls, but you got to pay for these consequences.
He's going mad in the chat. He's getting well annoyed. He's like 50, 100. All right, fair enough then. He's saying no 50s. He's saying 100 to get me off. There you go. 100 to get Nathaniel off. That's what he's messaging me saying. Not 50. It's only 100 that will stop him.
100. If you want him, yeah.
Anyway, let's get back to this. Right, Rudiger's playing, yeah? Let's just put Rudiger in.
Yeah, that's what I want. I want us to get third so we can give him rest as well. He's played fine.
Yeah, he's playing too many games, isn't he? Who do you think starts in the middle today? Because Christensen played against Palace.
I think Silva. I think Silva will play. He only came on for like 10 minutes, didn't he? Even though I did people say, "Oh, he came on to manage the game." It's like we were 2-0 up with like 10 minutes left. I thought sure we were fine, but he came on. I think James will start again.
Do you think he'll play there though, or do you think we'll see him more further ahead?
I don't know. Aspie played full 90, didn't he?
Christensen, maybe.
Christensen, yeah, possibly Christensen.
Yeah, I would do. I mean, this is what I think Tuchel will possibly do. But what I would do also was probably play Christensen, Silva, Rudiger, because Rudiger and Christensen give you the pace. And where Arsenal were dangerous is on their flanks with Martinelli and Saka, right? I think Rudiger can deal with Saka, and I think Christensen can deal with Martinelli. Aspie on one-on-ones is fine, but I just feel we'll get done by the pace of Martinelli and behind. So unless you play Reece James there to nullify that, which could happen, I just don't feel that would be the best option moving forward. Klasref messaged me a couple of times. He's been very busy at school, is what he's saying. So he will be back at some point soon. Wing backs. Let's throw Reece James in because he's a definite, isn't it? I think we will see Reece James. I actually think Tuchel thinks he's more of a right centre back, to be honest. But I think he will use him in certain games higher up the pitch to be more effective. Does Alonso come back in again, even though we've just got no option, or do you think Sal could play there tonight based upon the amount of games played?
It's weird with Alonso. He had such a great game against Madrid, and then went back to his normal form against Palace. I think he has to start. I think he will start. Because there's no other. I know Saul's there, but because we're so limited in midfield, I think he'll keep Saul back on the bench just in case something happens.
I agree as well. Big up to Daniel Knight, Corny Goat. Big up to you, Matty Green. All of you guys, big up in the chat. Over 140 of you here. Get them likes up, guys. Let's close it to 100 likes, please. The lines are going to be open very shortly as well. Midfield then, because I think we're probably going to have. Well, we might have the same agreement. I actually honestly think Kante plays tonight.
Yeah, I do as well.
It's weird that I think Kante will play, but I reckon Ruben might play.
Yeah, we said at the start. I think Ruben will play after what he did on the weekend. I think he'll give him the start. I don't like him. I don't like him in this position. I don't think he's the 6. Oh, he's not. He's a very undisciplined 6.
I think you'll see him do that more again, and I think Kante will be the one that sits and just Kante's it. Do you know what I mean? Around, but he's just not been himself.
Does he put a swerve? Stick with Jorginho in there. Put Reece James at right centre back and play Loftus-Cheek at wing back, like he did against Real Madrid.
That's another option, isn't it? Really?
You know what I mean? It's like
he could do that.
He could do that, but I don't know. Let's stick to what we think. So we'll put him in the
I think
position.
the fact that we lack Kovacic for his progressiveness and drive, I think Tuchel will look at Loftus-Cheek and go, well, if we play him in the wing-back area, we're going to limit him from being able to, like, offensively be good, but he'll be limited in terms of where he can be on the pitch. Whereas you play him like he did in the Palace game, which is a little bit further up the pitch, but in an area where he can kind of just run into the spaces where he sees fit and drive forward with the ball, with Mason Mount very close to him just to help. Yeah. So if Ruben does go forward, Mount can kind of drop in and help Kante. Like, they can do that. Do you know what I mean? It's just always having that protection. Like, I feel a 3-5-2 could work. I know some people might think a 3-4-3, but I think what happens with the 3-4-3 is that Mount ends up coming here anyway. And if Timo Werner ends up playing again, he's been more of the focal point out of the two. So I just think this looks better. Like, J5 could start. Don't get me wrong, people. J5 could actually start. What's he done here? What's this? 3 more shows, Jim. I can do 45 from my phone.
Do you mean like 45 minutes or £45 from your phone?
No, I think he's saying he can do 40. All right. He's saying if we do £50, can we do three more?
Oh, well, there we go. There we go. There we go.
Has he?
He's
Oh,
done,
look, now he's done it, man. Nathaniel, that was the rule. I know we had a higher cap originally, but I'm not Lewis. You know, I'm not really like, you know, £50 for 3 shows. Lewis gives you 1 show bans on 100s. I'm giving you 3 show bans on 50s. That seems a bit more harsh, doesn't it? It sounds a bit more harsh, doesn't it?
Hey man, people put their money in. You know,
people put their money in, man. Money talks in this day and age, man. People should know this, mate. Money is talks. But big up to Fatal for donation. Nathaniel, bye for 3 shows, mate. 3 shows. I did say 50, but next time round it will be 100 only. This one is only 3 for now. But next time it'll be around. Yeah, 50 quid's normal, man. Go and check Lewis's out. He gets like 500 quid.
That's small. That's small for Timo sometimes.
That's small for this. Trust me. Go over to Lewis's channel. We'll end up doing. Yeah, exactly. So anyway, let's get back to this. Thank you, Fator. Up front. Now, I've got a feeling Kai Havertz may be rested tonight. Yeah. And I feel that because he played so many games,
Winter, very tired on Sunday.
He just looks tired, doesn't he?
Yeah.
I don't want to see the lamppost, but I've just got a feeling this is the type of game where you could see him and maybe either a potential Werner or a Pulisic, maybe just there.
I was thinking Ziyech. I know. I'm not thinking because he's like wanted me. I'm just thinking that there was. I don't know what the. I don't know. But he's got. See, Werner's playing on a smaller pitch. We know he has problems on smaller pitches. So,
yeah.
You know, I don't want him like to suffer on a smaller pitch. So you know, But if Werner's fit, I think you start Werner. On his form.
He just looked tired at Palace, didn't he? He played 90 minutes and he was just leggy at the end of it. Like,
he did. That's what I mean. That's what he's got now because we've got these. That's what I mean. The rotation is going to be very key because we've got these games coming up very fast now. We've got this, West Ham, United, and then Everton in less than 2 weeks. And then I don't know in the middle as well. And then we got Leeds. So we've got Leeds. We've got 5 games in 2 weeks, essentially from today. So or 3 weeks. I can't remember. But yeah, I think if Werner's fit, he might start with Werner. But like I said, I wouldn't be surprised if he is rotated. Not dropped, people. Don't panic. It's rotation. Yeah, rotation. But I'm in agreement with you that I can see Kai Havertz definitely not starting. Just the way he came. Just the way he was playing on Sunday.
Yeah. Read my previous comment, mate. What did you say now? Winter server, hope you're ready for Derby days, fellas. Hope we see some crunching tackles coming. You guys, Noah is an Arsenal fan, so
yeah,
big up to him.
I don't know what. Yeah.
Big up to him. Yeah, look, it could be Werner, it could be Ziyech, it could be God knows Pulisic. You know, who knows? I think one of the hardest things is guessing our lineup. You just never know. Each and every weekend, it's completely different. But is that a problem, Winter Surfer? Like the fact that we have, like, you look at Liverpool and you kind of know. Like Diaz plays with Mane or Jota might come in, but the rest of it's quite predictable, is what I'm saying. And they still have that sort of consistent performance. Man City, near enough the same with KDB in the midfield and the defence, but the 3 up front get switched around. I mean, is it not? Is it what I'm trying to get? Is that hindering us a bit, not knowing our best 11?
It is in the fact that I think Tuchel stumbled across this front 3 instead of right because I think in a big team, I think if you have a natural 7 players out of the starting line that normally start and your team's all right, it was all right for us in the past. It's all right for us now, but the issue is then with the front. If you're playing a front 3, if you're mixing it up all the time, how can they build chemistry? Yeah. And that's why you've seen probably Werner, Havertz, and Mount start the past few games, and the end of last season as well. They have some chemistry.
Yeah.
You know, and it's unfortunately a manager's job is always on the line. He can't worry about egos when he's picking a team. He's got to pick a team to win. That's all, and then deal with their fallout later. And unfortunately, like most of these forwards, they haven't put up a case for them to be selected all the time. No one's no one's having the numbers or banging in the goals all the time for them to go, yeah, he's definitely number one or he's definitely number two. It's always been a mixture. Even these three have not had a consistent season. Kai's only been done well since January. Mason Mount's been up and down, and Werner's only done well this month. Right? So it's like, not as if they're banging the manager's door down like today to start me, and the rest aren't either. So what is he supposed to do? And remember, he tried Lukaku 10 games in a row starting him, and he scored, 2 goals? Something like that?
It's definitely a consistency problem, isn't it?
Yeah.
And when you look at the way Liverpool have been run, and you look that they don't go crazy, but they buy the right plan. Look at Diaz, for example. Like, the guy scored more goals than Callum Hudson-Odoi has in one season, in what Callum Hudson-Odoi has in 3 seasons.
Yeah, in his whole Premier League career.
58 games, he scored 8 goals. I think he's got like 8 or 9 games plus, and he's like on 8 goals already. It ain't stupid. I read it the other day. Like, it's.
But what do they have, Jim? They have Mane and Salah always there when fit and available, right? They very rarely rotate them out, right? So at least 2
never get injured,
so one,
really.
No, but what I'm saying is there's at least 2 there. So whoever comes in, they've got the other 2 there who know what to do. So if Jota comes in, it's fine. You've got them 2. Firmino comes in, fine. But these 2 are also putting up numbers. So you can't like go, oh yeah, well, why are they starting? Salah's been off the ball for the last month or so, but he's still got a good few goals since coming back from African Nations Cup. He's just not playing that well. And Mane's playing sensational at the moment. So it's one of those things, isn't it? It just happens, you know.
I hear you. Noah, how you doing?
I'm good, mate. How you doing, fellas?
Yeah, it's good to have an Arsenal fan here, actually. Obviously, a big game tonight. The derby. What's your thoughts on the game tonight, mate?
For me, this is the least derby I'm least looking forward to, because Chelsea have been on decent form, haven't they? You know what I mean? Yes, it's not to the standard, but it's still good form. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, boy, the best I can hope for is a draw. Do you know what I mean? If we get a goal, it's brilliant. Do you know what I mean? But end of the day, we're getting battered, man. Do you know what I mean? It's gonna be a hiding, man.
You ain't gonna get high. You
ain't gonna get battered. We don't really batter people.
You have this season. I think you battered Norwich 7-0, didn't you? And then
you're not Norwich, though, are you?
You're not Norwich.
and then you battered some other team. I don't remember.
Yeah, that's the only
I mean, you do batter teams in terms of chance creations and all that jazz, though. Do you know what I mean?
But problem is we're not clinical enough. That's the problem. So we could have like 50 against Madrid. We have 49 shots. They're 19. Do you know what I mean? It's that we're not.
Yeah,
we're not
and against Plymouth, you had 41 shots and only scored 2 goals. You know what I mean?
So
it's disgraceful.
Who do you feel, Noah, that looking at, you've lost your last 4 games out of 5 in current form, but in terms of your lineup and setup today, you ain't got no Thomas Partey. You're missing Tierney as well. You're missing some key players tonight as well. Who do you think needs to have a really good game if you're going to get anything out of tonight? Saka, Martinelli.
I think Saka's been iffy. So I have to say Martinelli on the left wing, because Eden Nketiah can't bully a defender for his life. We'll probably pay him up front, and you know how Nketiah is going to be eaten by 3 defenders. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah. Probably I would start Pepe for this game, because he has Alonso, and Pepe needs a few game time. Do you know what I mean?
Alonso will pocket Pepe, man. Don't worry about that. This is Mark Lowe.
Pepe is good, man. I'm not like other fans that criticize him, man. The manager needs to give him a chance. In my opinion, he's more potent than Saka. He doesn't miss them niggly chances he misses. For me, I'd start Pepe, because we need something fresh. Do you know what I mean? Saka had a good season, but sometimes you need time out, man. Do you know what I mean?
So I'm going to do a 4-3-3. I want to do a quick combined Chelsea and Arsenal 11. All right. I want to do a quick Chelsea combined 11. All right. So in terms of the goalie, Mendy's better than Ramsdale, right? Do we agree?
Yes.
Noah?
Yeah.
Mendy's better than Ramsdale?
Yeah, man, but it's close. It's definitely close because he's had a good season. To be fair, you know what I mean.
Yeah, he's had a
But
good
you feel,
season.
but you feel Ramsdale is nearly as close as you think.
No, he's not
Close
to
as-
his level, but he's been up there with the keepers, isn't he? He's had a good season, man. Give him credit.
Yeah, he has. He has had a good season for them.
But Mendy every day of the week, man. Do you know what I mean?
Mendy every day of the week. Fair enough. Mike, how you doing?
We got Mike,
Yeah,
bro.
thanks for getting me on, man. Obviously, I'm not a Chelsea fan. I am a neutral, so I can
Mike, bro.
try and give a fair analysis on this. Come on,
All right, well,
Chelsea.
we're doing a combined 11 for the both. We've already
Big up
just said
Liverpool,
that
man. They got us a good result.
we
You know what I mean?
just picked Mendy over Ramsdale. Do you agree with that one?
100%. Yeah, Mandy's one of the best keepers in the world at the moment.
All right, fair enough. Let's move on to the right back area because
Mike,
obviously
bro. Big up, bro.
Cheers, man.
Yeah, man.
he said that about
Best
10
friend
times
Mike,
now.
bro.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
On
it's
you
fine, it's
and
fine.
today as well, man. Do you know what I mean? Real recognize real, man.
No, let's go. Stop. I'm trying to talk. 1 second. Right back. What we saying about the right back area? Because obviously they have. Who do they have?
Cedric, Tomiyasu.
I think it's got to be Reese. Do you know what I mean? Because if it was Tomiyasu, it'd probably be close, isn't it?
Yeah, Reece James.
Probably Reece James, isn't it? Is there anyone else really that can take that position? I don't think so.
Unless you want to put Cedric in.
Oh
No.
no! Good lord!
All right, let's go to left back then. Obviously, Tierney's there. Alonso's
Tierney,
not great. Chilwell's injured.
Probably give
we
it to
lost this one
Alonso.
with us.
I know you guys hate him, but he's alright going forward, man.
No,
you know what I mean?
Not in this
No,
position.
Tierney, to be fair.
He sucks.
I'll probably go Tierney. Tierney's the most all-round.
I mean, okay, Tierney, man. Tierney needs to get
Yeah,
in,
but
man.
Tierney.
He's bounced back from some iffy form at the beginning of the season. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think we're going on this
Tierney.
season. We put Tierney in.
Well, wait. So if
Chilwell.
Ben Chilwell, if we're just going based on ability, ain't Ben Chilwell better than Tierney?
I mean,
I think
Ability,
so,
yeah.
but ability,
Probably.
but I don't know what we're going
I
on this season.
Tierney
or-
because
All right,
there's
let's put
passion
let's
and
it's
desire
Chilwell,
in him,
is
do you
it?
know what I mean?
All right, let's be fair. Tierney's in at left back. Who's your two in the centre backs? Because obviously Gabriel and Ben Shire have had not bad season, but then you've got Rudiger, you've got Thiago Silva.
I'll go Rudiger, Thiago Silva,
Yeah,
personally.
Rudiger and Thiago Silva in it because yes, they in the past few games they've been iffy in it.
Yeah,
They're both solid, to be fair, aren't they?
We'll give them that because Bex has just asked me, are we including injured players? And I said as a thing, no, but I know Tierney's meant to be out of the game. But
he's
we'll
only
give him
just got
some.
injured though, isn't he?
Yeah,
It's
it's just
like-
only
he's
just-
he's
yeah,
only
we'll-
just got injured. It's
We've got
like,
to be fair, man. We can't
Yeah.
have Alonso in there.
yeah.
Alonso.
Xhaka left back.
Relax
Yeah,
yourself,
exactly.
man. I hate that guy with a passion, bruv.
Why?
He's crap, man. The amount of points that guy costs us, bruv. Jeez.
Is he not playing tonight? Because Partey's injured, isn't he?
Bruv, if you
Partey-
He'll
play,
play, he'll
you
definitely
may as
play
well
tonight.
get the 3-0 win.
He'll definitely play tonight.
Nah, he's good for you, man. He's good for you. Don't worry.
In the middle of the park, I think Georgie has been underwhelming, but I think I would have to go. It's hard, cover
Kante?
because he's been underrated for you guys and Kante. You know what I mean?
So, who have you got? Lakonga, El Nini.
Partey's been quite good since January.
But he's been
I know,
injured.
but-
He's injured.
I know, but he's just got injured, isn't he? It's just a bit like
That's what Partey get in front of our one. So I don't know this one.
I don't think not in front of
I'll
Kovacic.
put Kante in there first of all, in the middle.
Yeah, Kante, man.
The
As a six
middle.
and six, you know what I mean?
All right, let's get Kante in there. As usual.
Yeah.
Put Kovacic as well.
I think
Kovacic.
I play Odegaard as a right midfielder.
Oh,
He's been
Odegaard,
good
yes,
for
sorry,
us,
Odegaard.
you know what I mean?
Odegaard can
Kovacic and Odegaard, potentially.
Odegaard
As a
is
right
good.
What about Mason
midfielder.
Mount?
On the
Mm.
left, play Mount on the left.
You can put Mount up front, bit there, Jim.
Well, no, I was going to put Mount as a midfielder.
I'll put Mount as midfielder and Odegaard up there if you wanted, or if you put Mount in there, and then we can put, see what because.
Well, Mate goes there, yeah. You could say Mate goes there.
There's
Actually.
no argument for ESR or anyone like that.
ESR has been being benched because
Oh wait, no, take
Martinelli has been
Odegaard
very
out.
good.
Put Kovacic.
Do you know what I mean?
Put Kovacic in.
And Odegaard is like crucial
injured.
to our creativity. Do you know
He's
what I mean?
only just got injured though, Jim. That's the thing. He only just got injured last game.
Yeah, but
Nah, man, cover don't play,
Oh,
man.
no, it's
Cover
your
don't
thing,
play a lot, man. And
Guys, we're
Odegaard
just
does
going to
more
blow them
goals
away,
and
aren't we?
assists, man. Come on.
That's easy.
Go just give them a couple to make them feel happy.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
They'll
We're
get a
only
couple.
giving
They'll get a couple.
guys
up
in the
front,
chat.
yeah.
We're just giving him a couple, yeah. Just forget the
Yeah,
injury.
man, you will, man. Do you know what I mean?
Oh, his cover would be in. Obviously, we
Yeah,
know
on
that.
the
Cover's
left,
been
I
on
think
the
Martinelli gets there. I think Martinelli
Yeah?
plays on the
No.
left.
Okay.
No.
No,
No way.
Who?
who
Who
gets
plays
there?
on
then?
the left?
Who gets there? Oh my
Anyone
god!
other than Martinelli.
Don't even
Let's go
say
with.
it.
Oh my God.
Don't even say it.
You guys are so salty about
Don't
that
even
moment, you know.
say it.
Come
Do
on,
not
Jem,
even
be
say
objective, man. Don't be biased.
All right,
Don't
Timo
say-
Werner.
Oh my!
Relax
god.
yourself, bruv.
Oh my god! Free
I
game
have it.
hype. Free game hype. Free game hype.
Jem, a couple of games don't make
Wait a
him
second,
great,
no, I'll
bruv.
put
Do you know what I
Saka
mean?
there. Saka
Alonso at left wing.
Relax, bruv. Mike, why you trolling, bruv?
Ziyech's been in as good form as Martinelli, isn't he?
Oh my god!
Come on, bro. Let me tell Martinelli's stats, yeah? Let me tell you his stats.
Let me look at these league stats. 1 second. Let me have a look at Martinelli's stats.
He's been very good, man.
I'll have a look because I like Martinelli. I'm only joking. I just need to see his stats because 5 goals and 3 assists in the league. Ziyech has
That's more than Werner, man. That's
Ziyech
more
has
than
4
Werner.
goals and 2 assists.
Still,
He's
that's
probably
more.
played more.
He's
Hold
got
that.
more. He's got more. He has got more. What about what's his name?
Werner has only 3 goals, man.
No, not Werner. Full of shit. As like Matt likes to call him. He's been he's
Got
had
like, what,
7
3 or
matches, 2
4
goals.
goals.
Come
Yeah,
on.
4 goals, 1 assist. He's
Come on,
got.
bro.
Yeah, we give Martinelli. Martinelli. Yeah. All right, guys.
And I'm not being biased, bro. I'm speaking facts, man. He's been very good.
Yeah.
And I'm not
Martinelli is
waxing lyrical about them, bro.
Who's up
I'm
front
not
then?
like them fans.
Got to
you
be
know what I mean?
Havertz in it.
Up front, Havertz, man. Easy.
Yeah.
You know what I
And
mean?
then I think Saka goes on the right.
Saka on the right, man.
I was gonna say Harvey Val.
Oh my God, bruv. Jem, you're a troll, bruv.
I can't even pick. You know how
balanced
embarrassing is
team,
with
you
a
know?
surfer. I can't even
It's a
pick
very
our,
balanced team, bruv. Do you know what I
any
mean?
of our forwards. It's embarrassing. Ziyech,
It's embarrassing,
Pulisic.
isn't it? Yeah.
It's
like-
how it is.
If we're really honest, man, if we're being really sensitive,
Yeah,
Kovacic would get in that
Andrew, don't you
midfield.
think it's the right 11, though? Because
Well,
Odegaard's
Kovacic,
been
Kovacic
good.
has to be
Chini's
in the
been good.
midfield.
You
Yeah.
guys
Yeah.
don't like Alonso. Chilwell's injured.
Yeah.
Come
No,
on.
Tierney's fine.
And also,
Tierney's just got injured
Martinelli's
as well.
been very good, and he's probably better than Werner. And them
Yes.
and there.
Yeah.
And then Saka's probably better than your right wicket.
Yes, you're right. You're absolutely right. There's no. That's what we were saying.
I think
You
it's
can
just where
only-
you place Mason Mount because if Mason
Yeah.
Mount was played further up the pitch, you'd put him
Come
there
on,
and you
bro.
take out and then you can put Kovacic there.
Yeah.
Bruv, cover don't play for you, man. Come
We
on.
could do this. We could do this, innit? You know what
Oh
I mean?
my God.
That looks a bit better, doesn't it?
Oh my God.
Looks a
What you-
lot more balanced.
You got
No.
Odegaard there. What are you
Cover don't
complaining
play
about?
for you guys. Come on.
He does.
He does
Plays
play
all
for
the
us, bruv.
time. He just got injured.
Said you don't play too tough.
If a bit, listen.
Lukaku starts,
Come
don't do
on.
this.
No.
Why
Should
you
be
putting
starting.
Mount at left wing, man? Some
He
of
can
your
play
fans
there.
said he's been underwhelming, man.
No,
Okay, well-
don't do this. Don't do this. Don't do this. Outputs are higher than his last 2 seasons, mate.
I mean,
this is
to
money
be fair,
makes.
Jem, you tell me that I'm joking, but Lukaku, if he starts, I'm very worried. you
No,
know?
don't even do
Because-
this. Don't
Because
even. Do this.
he always turns up against us, man, and I'm having PTSD of last August, man. You know what I mean?
Nah, I don't know why you love Lukaku so much as an Arsenal fan. If you want him, we can send him to you, and you can just give us a
Of
couple of
course,
your
man, I
players
would
for
take
100
him,
million.
bro. And
We'll
give
take
you
Saka
Eden
and Martinelli
Nketiah,
off
bro.
them.
Martinelli and
We
Saka.
give you Mike, bro. We give them Eden Nketiah, man. Do you know what I mean?
We
He's
already
off
had him. He
contract,
was
man.
our player. He was our player. He's on our youth team. He
Yeah.
was our player.
Come on,
They
bro.
got rid of him rightly
Why
so.
are you removing? Why did you remove Martinelli, Jem? Come on.
Because this is why Mount is 3rd overall in the league for goal assists this season. Put
Playing
some
midfield,
respect on
bro.
his name, bro.
He's a good midfielder as well. Come on.
Mason Mount and Kovacic are miles clear of Odegaard. Yeah. I mean, the only other option we got is we put Kovacic there, we take Odegaard out, and put Mason Mount there, and we put Martinelli there.
Yeah, bro. Put Martinelli.
Or just put Mason on the left and put Jorginho in the midfield.
He's been trash.
it.
Jorginho's been trash.
I think that's
So
fair.
is Kane, to be
Actually,
fair, but he's
Winter Surfer, will you agree that Jorginho has been dead?
for 2022, yeah, I agree. He's not been very good at all.
But he was decent last year, right?
Yeah. Up to about New Year, it was good, but since then he's just gone. It's fallen off, man. You know what I mean?
Do you think that Man United losing 4-0 yesterday was a good result for us?
No,
yes,
not today.
Yes, because that fourth goal put you above them on goal difference. That's
It
why.
is. It was, man. Thank God.
But then
man.
if you
And
predict
Mike,
that we're going
you
to
are
beat
running
you
up your
by
mouth, man. You are saying United were back.
I never said United were back, mate.
Some
So-
of your fans
What happened
did.
to United yesterday, Mike? You got
Saeed.
absolutely
Mostly
slapped.
back brother Saeed,
It was-
man.
It was more like I wasn't annoyed about the ability because I know they're better football inside than us. But one thing I was annoyed about is the effort. And Hannibal came on for 5 minutes and showed more sort of desire and passion than the whole team has for 18 months.
Man.
He's a baller, Hannibal
He's a
Mabry.
baller, man.
But if the problem is when a new signing comes in or a youth player comes in, they get dragged down to the crap levels of the rest of the team. I'm worried about Hannibal being dragged into this social media sort of aspect around Man United, which I don't want him to because Alanga as well, because both of them are quality players. But the problem is if they start putting posts out and the club are going to say, oh yeah, we can get you 10 million followers on Insta and stuff. They're kids at the end of the day. They're going to want that, aren't they? They're going to want to have all these followers. So I'm worried, but.
No, I hear you. It's not very good times for you guys at the moment, is it?
I'm looking for basically. I'm checked out. I'm like the players. I'm checked out. I'm waiting for the summer. Summer camp.
Oh, yeah.
To be honest.
Martinelli
it's a
has
very
one
good
goal in his
time,
last
bro.
15 games now. What's this
Oh,
about?
bro. Oh, my
What
God.
is this?
Yeah, he's
my
been good.
God.
No goals.
It's been good.
yeah. But we
last
get
15, man. Arteta
that's
tax,
fine.
man.
If
You
we're
know what I
doing a
mean?
team, if we're doing a team from April 1st, then it's going to be all Chelsea, isn't it? Really? Do you know what I mean? It's like
Can't stand this Jorginho
man.
slander. He was Gucci until Jan.
Yeah.
Dad has been playing through pain/injury since instead of preserving. Why do we always have excuses for players, man? I don't
how do we
get
know?
what
How
we
do
do.
we know he's been injured for the last
I
3
don't know,
months?
I think-
Tuchel's never said he's been injured.
Come on, Dexter, man.
He's
Come on.
He's
You're
hiding
betting in
it.
this.
Tuchel's hiding
Yeah,
it, innit?
Well,
He's not
if
been
he's
good.
hiding it, fine. But that
Maybe
means he's not-
Tuchel's lying to you guys.
maybe. I don't. But but he seems to be
It's-
very open about other injuries and that. So why would he be that about Jorginho? Doesn't make any sense.
The biggest thing is with Jorginho is that he played so well last season that now, and I always said this. I said this last season when everyone was coming for me with the Jorginho thing. I said I have no issue with the way that he's playing. My issue is their consistency. How are they going to be able to continue this pattern throughout a 38-game season? Are they going to be able to continue it through a long season like we've had this season? And again, I got proven right at the end of last season. Yeah,
He's
I
a
knew it.
victim of his own success and the rest
Exactly.
of the midfielders being injured. That's partly as well because there's no way he should have played the amount of games he should have played. He's not built for that to play the amount of games he played in a row in midfield. He
No,
needs.
he's not.
He's just not built for that. Physically, he's not built for it whatsoever. And he paid the price. And so did we.
The bidders for Chelsea have provided the club with further details on their improved offers, which, with those in charge of the process, determined to gather and consider as much information as possible for picking the preferred buyer. It's basically just a load of bullshit.
So basically, not till next week, probably now.
That's what they're saying. Two bidders let supporter groups know how highly they think of Tuchel. Bidders are likely to consult Tuchel on the current structure as well as finding out Marina's plans before considering a new sporting director. Fair enough. Fair enough. There's a little bit of news for you on the owner stuff. Not much to talk about yet, and I'm not going to make a show until we actually know who it is now, because I can't really be asked to just keep talking about the same recycled news, as they say. Fator's down there already, having pictures with Thomas Tuchel and Kai Havertz. People want to see that. Let's show him quickly, Bit of Fator.
This guy, I tell you, man.
Live in action. There he is. Committed guy. Him and Kai Havertz. And his little picture there.
They're probably going, this guy again. Jesus Christ.
Why does he not ever get one with Timo Werner, though? I've noticed. Like, what's going on?
He had one. He got one, I think, a few months ago. There you go.
Bit of Kai and that. So there you go. Well done to him. But in terms of this game tonight, Noah, so you have no confidence whatsoever. You can't even get a draw in this game, yeah? You're done. Is this?
Yeah, man, because do you just play? Come on.
What?
We're getting bad, man. If you have seen us play, bruv, my God. I think it will get battered, man. It's gonna be a cricket, bruv. I'm not worried if we'll score. I'm worried of how many Chelsea will put in.
I hear what you're saying. I hear what Dexter's saying here. Like I did remember listening to this as well. He was saying he's played through an injury. I know that you got to bear in mind we lost Kovacic and Kante at a period where we relied on Jorginho and he has to play every single game. I remember that game. Like I don't burden him for that. Don't get me wrong, but you know, as of recent, you know, with Kovacic and Kante being available as well, he hasn't been at it. Like we just got to admit it.
I believe he got injured during that period when the others were injured and had to play injured. I believe that, right? Because I think he saw it, right? He was struggling. But the last, let's say 6 weeks to 2 months, I don't think it is down to injury. I think he's just off form. He's just not playing well. That's what I believe. You know?
I agree with you. I feel that Jorginho is the type of player that can't play consistently throughout a 38 game season. He's a very specific player that in certain games, in certain moments, is very good to bring on to dominate or control games. I just don't feel that you could always start with Jorginho as your DM going forward.
He's not a DM. He's not in this system. We need a DM. We don't have a proper DM in this system. That's the difference. If you're playing a pivot like this, you need one of them to be an actual defensive midfielder, which is what was great when you had Kante and Matic.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, Matic was. I mean, Matic for me was a baller at Chelsea. He was so good, man. Like, good. People forget how much work he used to do.
Very sneaky stats as well that season. 16. He got a load of assists that season, even as a DM. Very sneaky.
Even with that beautiful goal at Wembley as well against Tottenham.
Yeah, against the Spuds. Yeah,
against the Spuds as well. So, look, it's very clear and obvious, and I agree with Winter Surfer that Chelsea Football Club need to improve in many areas of the squad. Not just only DM. DM is important. Midfield is very important now. Probably one of the top priorities when you look at it, because I do think either Kante or Jorginho will leave in the summer. Personally, I don't think we renew both. Wing backs is another thing. You know, can we bring back? You know, a Livramento, can we, I don't know, whatever we're going to do at area, you know, can we strengthen that area? Can we look at what's currently available in the Premier League? People look at the guy from Brighton, Cucurella, or whatever his name is, he's very good, you know. Can he do a job in this Chelsea team? Could we, like, you know, this is all things that we're not going to know, and we're not going to know until we have new owners, and once we hear the new owners' plans moving forward, then we'll be able to understand how competitive we're going to be moving forward. It might be a thing of like we have to wait like 2 seasons, 3 seasons for them to like, you know, really financially back it. But I do feel that whoever comes in is going to spend the money. Like they will, they're going to. I just feel like we will get rid of players, and I feel like money will be free. And I feel that certain players at this football club want to leave anyway.
If you can see the vision in which they're going, and you're going to buy into it, though, aren't you? I mean, you see the Newcastle thing. They're not going to go in the summer. People think in the summer they're going to go and spend 400, 500 million and buy, you know, 7, 8 players of high quality. They're going to do what they've done in January. They're going to get someone like a Guimaraes, which they've done, someone like a Chris Wood. They're going to hurt teams around them to push up the league. This is what Man City done when they first had the money. They bought in Robinho. He turned out to be an awful signing for them in the end. Got rid of him, and now look at the team Man City become. I think Chelsea need to just buy into it. I don't want. Obviously, you know, I'm a Man United fan. I'm not going to be like, come on, Chelsea, like sort of encouraging you to be phenomenal. But from a neutral, I love football. So if I can see Chelsea going in the right direction with whatever new ownership it is, then I think the Chelsea fans will get behind it, because it's not going to be sort of, we'll spend 200, 300 million on these players. It'll be, right, what do we really need? What is the gaping hole that we need to fill directly? Because there's going to be players that, you know, both of you obviously watch Chelsea week in, week out, that say, really, that position's not, that you know, it's not a desperation that we need to fill. The striker, I know, obviously, Werner, Lukaku, not really worked out for both of them, but Havertz has been sort of putting in performances there when needed. So it's not really a desperation, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I understand. It's like if you say this is a scenario, Christensen goes, but really good signs and stays. We know he likes playing Reece James at right wing back, right? Oh, sorry, right centre back. You bring in a very good right wing back, maybe not to James' level, but near enough, so he can play the loads of times than Reece James. But then that only means you have to bring in, say, I know it sounds ridiculous, like a Koundé, and that's it. Because you've got a Chalobah then still learning another year, but a year of experience.
Yeah,
and you can. And we know we can play Reece James at right centre back. So it's just about making sure not to overload Thiago Silva for the next year. That's all it is. So, and we have no idea what Ashby's doing either. Do you know what I mean? We have no idea what he's doing, and we know he can play right centre back as well. Yeah. So
we don't know what's going to happen with any of these contracts because we can't negotiate any of them at the moment. Where will they stay? Will they go? You know, I like Basuma. Basuma's another one I watch quite a lot. I think he's a very good midfielder. He could work well.
There's outside stuff with Basuma.
That's the only thing that probably furthers away from someone like that.
That's why no one's.
When you look at someone like Tchouameni, who could potentially be going Real Madrid, I don't know.
There's also Boubacar Kamara as well. He's not signed for anyone.
Smart signings, isn't it? Yeah. Like even that Tchouameni kid would be good in your midfield, man.
Oh yeah, he's the type of player we need. That power, that pace, but he's a defense. You know, he can do it all. But Gallagher's coming back.
I don't know. Is Rudiger
staying? I don't know. There was a report yesterday. There's a report yesterday that he wants it done by the end of the month. But if we haven't got a buyer done by then, but then there's a report today that says he wants to speak to the new people in charge. So it's very conflicting news. So it's like.
So we had this comment here from Fabrizio Romano, basically saying that Conor Gallagher is only focused on his Chelsea future and dreams of Chelsea. He's prepared to stay at Chelsea and fight for his place. And that's the kind of attitude you want, especially from a youngster like himself. And how well he's played at Palace, I'm very comfortable with him coming back. At the same time, I was very against the whole thing of one-hit wonder, maybe he should do another season. But when you look at where we're at, what we currently have in them positions, I mean, why couldn't he get in there right now?
Well, remember, he did this season at West Brom as well, Joe. He did that season at West Brom as well. He played well. He played well at West Brom. So, you know, and he's done it now. We've seen him go up against the best in the league and thrive. You know what I mean? That performance away to City was exceptional. Well, they won 2-0. I know City went out to 10 men or something, but he was exceptional up and down that pitch. He never stopped. He never stopped. And we saw him yesterday. On Sunday, his influence was greatly missed. I don't know what impact he would have had, but he was missed in that midfield.
He's a bit like Mason Mount in the way that he plays. But the only thing that I keep saying, don't think that when I say this, some people will think that I don't rate Mason Mount. This is what the problem is. But I think Mason Mount's a very good player, and I think he's very versatile, and he can adapt to different systems, and that's cool. But what I see in Conor Gallagher, which I think is the difference from what I've seen them play, they've both got the heart, they've both got the energy, they both get around the pitch, they're both versatile enough to adapt to different systems. The only thing that Conor Gallagher, I think, is better than Mason Mount on is that he's not afraid to take a shot from outside the box, and he shoots a lot. He will shoot. If he gets a sniff of a chance, he will take it. We don't have many players in this team currently doing what Ruben Loftus-Cheek done against Palace from outside the box, just shooting as soon as the ball lands to it. And we need that. I'm fed up of us controlling the ball outside the box and trying to do the perfect goal and going sideways and trying to open teams up that you can't open. Shoot sometimes. And this boy does that, you know. And then Lampard used to do it so much. You remember how successful Lampard was at taking 35 yards.
Used to do it.
Essien, we've lost that. Where did that all go, Winter Surfer? You know, we're slightly more afraid to shoot.
Matic did it a couple of times. David Luiz when he played in midfield. Yeah,
he shoots, and I want that in my team. Someone that's going to get the ball and go, Joe, I'm not going to pass it. I'm comfortable enough to take this shot, and it's going to go on target. Like I want them type of players. Do you know what I mean? Because sometimes you need someone to just take a shot, man. Do you know what I mean? It's
I get you. I understand.
The problem is with players not taking shots. I think I've seen this when I've watched Chelsea a few times this season. They don't have strikers that they believe in. Like those players that you've mentioned, Lampard, Matic, Ballack, they all had like a Drogba, Diego Costa that would be like, right, well, you know, if you hit a shot, for example, and it hits the keeper, I'm there to rebound it from your following shot. Where Lukaku and Werner, you know, I don't think many people sort of, you know, trust them in their ability to be a poacher. So they're like, well, if we shoot and it goes wayward, no one's there to, you know, chase it down or recover that ball.
True. That's true.
It's true. It's very, very true. It's not like I'm expecting him to do 50-yard screamers like Rudiger. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like Rudiger does it once a game.
Yeah, he did it once. He did it once this season. The rest have not been that good.
Exactly. I'm talking about outside of the box where the defence have pinned in it, and there's not really much room to pass the ball or go back or go backwards. Because if you go backwards, you just slow yourself back down, which is what we like doing. Just take a shot, like, do you know what I mean? Just hit it, like.
But
he'd
be one though. If you play, he'd actually do a bit like Kovacic used to do, like running at the defence. Getting that ball into the box with his dribbles and everything like that. We see him do that. So
he can cross as well.
He can cross as well.
He can do free kicks. Yeah, he can do it all.
Listen, I think Tuchel likes. I think Tuchel was considering keeping him if you listen to him this summer, but then decided to just let him go out one more time.
Do you feel bringing back Conor Gallagher and getting a DM would automatically switch Tuchel into a 4-3-3 with 2 8s and then one DM with Gallagher and Mount maybe?
Definitely helps him think like that.
Yeah,
definitely helps him. But then again, I'm thinking we might if we do a 4-3-3, Gem. I think you're talking about getting 2 DMs then, aren't you? Like because let's not overwork the 1 DM we have, like we have been doing the midfielders this season, and then he gets injured for a number of weeks, and we got no one there. Then we have to switch back to a 4-3-3.
I think the issue you also have is getting Kovacic in, because you have a DM and you want to play 2 8s. You could play Kovacic as an 8, but then you either have to play, which is not a bad thing, an either or Mount or Conor Gallagher. Do you know what I mean? Like you have the options.
Unfortunately, it's not a John Obi Mikel on the bench to come in. Do you know what I mean?
There's not many John Obi Mikels left.
Many John Obi Mikels.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's nothing. Maybe we need. But if we buy too many, we need to think about getting a second one, or just obviously not.
Gilmore and Ampadu as backup. I don't know. I don't know if they.
Gilmore is not a DM. Gilmore is not a DM. You've got to get this out of your mind, guys. And Ampadu, I don't know. I was speaking to a lot of Welsh people. They seem to think he's better as a centre back than an actual DM.
I don't
like a Chalobah situation. Is Chalobah, or do you mix Chalobah up? I don't know.
Whether it's Declan Rice or Tchouameni, like that kind of
like. It's not going to be both. It's going to be one.
It's not going to be both. It'll be one or the other, and it won't be for 150 million. I'll tell you that as well.
Not a chance.
I don't think Chelsea can miss out on Tchouameni personally. I don't think they can afford to miss out on that profile player when you think about what he can unlock. What he can unlock. But I agree with you. You buy a Tchouameni, but then you're not going to find whoever is as a replacement comes in. You're not going to find a like to like. You're going to have to find someone that can maybe do it a little bit differently, and that's like maybe an example of Kamara, who's cheap at the moment. Would be good.
Free. It's only a free transfer
or whatever. Yeah. So.
The thing is, it's like I know they can't. I'd hope that's one of the things we're gonna have to get on the ball right away. Is the transfers in and out when whoever takes over, because we need to because remember it's World Cup year, and the players probably want to get their future sorted as quickly as possible because it's World Cup year. So I'd be in the right way. I mean, I'd be talking to too many people right now and going, listen, when we take over, we're going to pay this. Do you know what I mean? Please, like him and Koundé got the same agent, so it's should be one of those things.
I'll go for a free. I don't know about that one. I'll tell you.
Like Gallagher is needed in your midfield ASAP, innit? He's your future with Mason Mount, innit? And what he's doing at Palace is impressive. Yes, it's Palace, but you still gotta do it in the hardest league in the world. But for me, Gallagher should be in this team, man, because he's better than the cheek, and the cover is aging, and so forth, and like your midfield kind of needs an overhaul in a way because like Tchouameni should be a DM long term, man. He can play 8 and DM like it's his specialty, man. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I hear you, bro. I do hear what you're saying, and I think that is definitely a profile player. We're going to need defenders because we know Christensen, maybe Rudiger's gone. That could be a big problem. Forwards may leave. We're going to need them. We need wing backs. People don't realise how much. Yeah, we're just everywhere at the moment. It's quite.
I honestly think this is going to take possibly 3 to 4 summer, 2 or 3 years. Yeah, it's like a Liverpool thing.
Yeah.
Unless they go absolutely crazy the first.
But then we just need to accept that we're not going to win any Premier League titles anytime.
Or they go absolutely crazy the first summer, Jen, and then dial it back. Do you know what I mean? That could be it as well. That could be it as well.
But I still don't think we get everyone that we need in one summer.
there's no way.
I don't think people understand.
No
Like,
way.
we go and get a DM and we go and buy a defender, and then, all right, we get one forward. I still think that's good, really good. But we then lose out on the wing backs because we don't know how Ben Chilwell's
I
gonna
still
be.
see Alonso here next year, unfortunately.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
I still see
and then
him
you're
back.
back to square one with your wing backs not moving
Yeah,
the ball
still
quick
see
enough.
Alonso.
So it's like, or you get a midfielder, and you get a DM, you get a DM, and you get a centre back, which I think we're going to need, and then we somehow find a wing back, but we don't sort the forward line out.
That's
Like,
amazing.
it's just like what and how and what do we do? Do you know what I mean? Before we finish, Fator's in the house. What are you saying, Fator?
Oh, good. What are you guys saying? You good, yeah?
All good, my man. I see you with pictures with Havertz. Where was Werner today, man?
Ah, you haven't seen him, didn't you? You didn't see Werner today, did you, Adam? I did see him, but fucking hell, there's too many people, man. Like, yeah,
Was it?
some couple of players were angry, bro. They were really angry, bro. Bro, you should have seen Thiago Silva's face. Like, he was vexed as well.
Why was he so angry?
There's too many people there. There's too many
That's because
people.
you're there, bro. You're there again. They're going, this guy again.
If we're going
No,
for
he's
fuck's
always
sake, the
here.
same guys here, man. This
Oh, it's
guy's
the same guys, man. How
Hey,
many
you know
pictures
what?
do you want?
You know what? That's the first time I saw Lukaku today, you know?
Yeah.
What was he?
I
What was he saying? Did he look happy? Did he look happy? Or what?
Hey, he looked normal, innit? He looked normal. Imagine if Johnny was here and then see Lukaku, yeah?
Yeah.
What do you
So
think
did
about
you-
tonight, Fator?
Yeah. What's happening tonight?
Oh, it's just standard, isn't it? Standard.
What does that mean?
Standard 2-0 win.
Standard
Not-
2-0 win? Do you think
Yeah,
Timo's going to start?
Not really. I don't think so.
I mean, the pitch is too small, right? Pitch is too
I
small
think-
for him to play.
I think-
So.
I think Tuchel rest him. I did have a big talk to him. Like, you'll see later.
Oh yeah, of course. You got the inside track.
It's
Yeah.
Jack, isn't it? Exactly.
Of course, yeah. Of course, yeah.
If you ever want to find Fator at a ground, just look for a guy eating a pie. That is it.
Yeah,
As long as
yeah.
you see a guy eating a pie, that is usually
Hey.
Fator.
Hey, Jem, Crusty is there, bro.
He's there.
He's gonna sign the contract apparently.
How do you know that?
Yeah, he kind of like, hey, I know you from little channels, innit? I'm gonna sign the contract.
Yeah. He's gone, mate. He should have told him to fuck off. That's all I'd have done.
Hey, Fatu, is that you? Is that you, bro? How are you, man?
And the train stuff.
Connection.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah.
It's all right. Anyway, let's get the score predictions, guys. We are going to finish off. Winter Surfer, come on in. Score predictions.
I agree with Fata. I'll go 2-0. But it won't be like I don't think it's going to be a dominating 2-0, but 2-0.
Okay, fair enough. Timo Werner, brace, yeah? Lovely, okay.
That's fine. Do you know what? Fine.
Havertz, it doesn't matter. If you score,
The
you
price
score
goes
at the
up
end
in
of the
the
day.
summer,
Lukaku.
The
Yeah,
price
exactly.
goes up in the summer.
Yeah, exactly. He's going. He's going in the summer anyway, so it's what it is. Noah. What you saying?
Boy, listen, yeah. We might get, boy, it's got to be a hiding, man. 2-0 Chelsea, man. Do you know what I mean?
Fair enough. Mike, what you saying?
3-1 Chelsea.
Ooh,
Hey, bro, big up, bro. Thanks for giving us a goal, man.
2-1 is what Jeffrey's saying. 2-0 is here. I'm going to go with a... 3-1.
All right.
Yeah.
We are not high scorers, man. I swear to God, 3's going to be very high for us.
I just got a feeling it's going to... I think Arsenal are going to score first.
Okay.
If Werner starts, he's going to score a hat trick.
If Werner, all right, Fatal, what's your predictions?
He's going to double his
2-0.
tally in one game.
I said 2-0, but if Werner starts, he's going to score a hat trick.
So 3-0.
Yeah, 3-0. 2-1, 2-0, 3-1, 4-1 is what Damien Duff's
4.
saying. Come back in the team, bruv, man.
man, big up Damien Duff, man.
1-0, 2-1, 3-2. That's quite close,
That's all.
Jonathan. but
That's all,
that
bro.
happened.
You going to the game, bro?
Yeah, he's going to the game. Yeah. He always goes to the games.
Yeah, I'm going to the game tonight.
Yeah,
It'll be
bro,
very-
Anyway,
it's gonna be
guys.
the shed or the away fans.
Nah,
he's at Matthew Arden.
Matthew Arden
Matthew
lower.
Arden.
You'll see him if we score.
Yeah, you'll see
Right,
him
bro.
if we
In
score.
the-
Werner
in-
runs over to him and kisses him,
bro,
and it runs
like
back
with the
off.
surfer, man. Like, bro, I want to see us. I want to see some red cards and some tackles, bro. It's gonna be 8, bro. Right?
Hey, that's fine. If Arsenal get a red card, that's fine.
Yeah, that's all good for us, mate. That's all we need. That's all we need. Listen, guys, make sure you smash the like button, subscribe to GNA TV as well before you leave. If you are new here, still 145 of you here. Big up to everyone that is tuned in today on this show. We will be back for the match reaction show tomorrow. Josh has just come in. Josh, just about to finish, man.
Yeah, my bad. I just was just able to have on. It's all good.
Josh, man. How you doing,
Josh, what
man?
are you saying in terms of score predictions for this
Yeah,
one?
I said 3-1 Chelsea.
Werner starts. Werner not start. Do you think he'll make a lot of changes or not?
Yeah, I think Werner starts. My front three is Mount, Werner, and Lukaku. Actually,
I think so.
I think Havertz gets a little rest. He looked a little tired last game or so.
Yeah.
Mount, Werner, and Lukaku is my front three.
There you go. And 3 at the back.
Yep, 3 at the back. I've got AC, Silva, and Rudiger.
Yeah. So
Back to normal with the back 3. James
who
at
plays in midfield for you?
it's going to be probably Conte and Loftus-Cheek for me.
That's what I said. Yeah. That's what I said. Yeah. Same thing. He said the exact same thing as we've been saying the whole way. He just read that formation, didn't he?
Yeah.
And then
The only
James and Alonso
caveat would be if Reece starts at right center back, then I think Ruben will play right wing back, and then you'll have a Conte, Jorginho midfield. But that
And
would
I
be
think
the
it'll
only.
be more of a 3-5-2 rather than a 3-4-3 because I think Mount will drop in again and try and.
Yeah, he'll still play the 10 in behind, like the 3-4-1-2 or whatever we've been playing.
Yeah. There you go. He said it. He just pretty much said what we were saying earlier on. Will Tuchel do that? Probably not. He probably do the complete opposite. But anyway, big up everyone. Smash the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I'll be back tomorrow for that match reaction.
Yeah,
Up the
big up.
Chelsea, get this win.
Big
Let's
up,
slap
guys.
these Arsenal boys. They deserve a humbling from us anyway. We owe them one, so let's go. Let's go.
Let's
Christensen in. Like a contract.